Hello guys, welcome back to another banking cart video, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about some more Sonik products. I have done a video on this 3-rod holder Sonik bank tech bag, which is a fantastic bit of kit. I will touch on it again in this video, but I won't go into too much detail. And then we have these little beauties. So these are the new rod from Sonik. They are the Hero X kit, and they're in 12 foot, 3.5 pound test curve, and the rods are coupled with the 8,000 Hero X reels. You can get them in 10,000, and the reason why I put the 8,000 ones is because they suit my fishing a little better. If you're the guy that uses a bait boat and baits out 300 metres, you know, in these massive lakes, get the 10,000s. But if you do a mix of sort of small, medium and some larger lakes, then the 8,000s are probably more appropriate. But to be fair, most of the lakes I fish are small to medium lakes, just because of the area. So let's jump right into these. Like I said, they're Sonic's new rod and they are amazing. Sonik have knocked it out of the park again with another top quality product, but for a really, really good price. The price that I paid for 3 rods and 3 reels unloaded with line was £269 for what you see here. Then I spent a further £20 something on some Sonik subsonic 18.35 diameter line, and I bought a £1,200 spool, and that loaded all 3 reels with just a little bit to spare. So you don't need to go out and buy 2 spools, you just need to buy the 1 spool, and that will do all 3 reels of the 8,000. I can't quite remember what the line capacity is. It's a little bit under 400 metres I think for that particular line, but the line is pretty good. It's relatively low stretch, but it's also quite strong, so that suits me. But let's jump in and take a little bit more of a closer look at the detail of these rods. It's a little bit darker in here. I've worked on a bit of lighting for you to see this, but the quality of detail that they put in here is, there's no other word, it's impeccable. They've really, I am so impressed with this. My old rods, just to tell you what I've come from, my old rods were actually a limited edition rod, and they were the Daiwa Black Widow GT50 cork handles. Now they were a limited edition to Daiwa made them for a company called Total Angling, and they no longer make them. It took me quite a few months to buy, so I bought 2, and I coupled them with the Vader X 5000 reels. And then I was searching for a 3rd, because I just liked them and I preferred them to the last set of rods that I had, and it took me months to find the rod because they were discontinued. I spoke to Daiwa, I spoke to Total Angling, who said they discontinued them, and I finally found one. And then on my last session I went to a Midtown Baits social session up in Worcester, and upon getting there, upon setting up, I noticed that the bottom half of the rod, this section of the rod, got crushed in transit. Total disaster. Good job I took a spare rod. So instead of all the head work, even though I love those rods, instead of the head work of going out and trying to find yet another rod and spending another 70, 80 quid on a second-hand rod, I decided to just bite the bullet and go out there and search for a brand new kit. Upon research, I love Sonik. A lot of what I have is Sonik, and they were my first port of call. I also like Fox. I did look at the Kaizens, but Sonics were my first port of call. I had heard some good things about the new rod that they brought out, the Hero X versions, and to be fair, from the research that I'd done and from the friends and fishing acquaintances I spoke to that have these rods, well, it turned out to be a no-brainer. £269, like that is head scratching really. I don't understand how they can make something like this and sell it at that price. But what a piece of kit these are, and in a week or so you'll see a video of me taking these out on a session, catching some fish, casting some heavy weights, you know, up to 10-ounce PVA bags, you know, with a 3.5, 4-ounce lead in them, you know, extra large PVA bag out, catching some fish in there, getting a bit of a battle curve on the go, and you will see that. So if you want to see these being actual field tested and put through their paces, then like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon, because when that video does get loaded up, you guys will be the first to see it, and you can jump on the deal whilst there is still a deal there. Even though I paid $269 for these, the deal has gone up a little bit. They are already, I think they're like 310 or maybe even 320 quid for the deal now from the same company. If anybody is interested in getting these, just drop a message in the comments and I'll give you all the information I can on directing you to the cheapest place you can get this. But the company I bought them from, the Total Tackle Hub on eBay, they have been fantastic. So there was a delivery problem when they arrived. The reels didn't arrive with them. They were attached to the box, said the seller, and there was a rip in the box where you can see like something must have ripped off them. But unfortunately Yodel had lost them. Trying to get hold of Yodel driver was an absolute nightmare. I spoke to Yodel, they said that they had no contact with the driver, which I find very hard to believe. But anyway, the seller totally hooked me up with a new set. He sent a new set out super quick on a 24-hour delivery. So big thank you to Tackle Hub for that. And then I loaded them up again with the Sonik Subsonic 18-pound 0.35 diameter line. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's take a real close-up look at around the reel seat and the reels themselves, and you'll see they're actually quite snazzy rods. So let's jump into that. Right guys, so we're going to take a little bit of a closer look, like I just said. So let's get in here and really see what Sonik have done for us. You can see the detail already. Just bear with me until I get this focus. You can see the detail in there, in the just above the reel seat. You've got a line clip there. You've got some nice green whipping. You've got the nice green Hero X, which couples well with the green numbers, you know, the 8000 and the Hero X writing that's on the reels. If we go down on the reels too, you've got this nice little, you can see it at the bottom of the reel there, some nice little Sonik logo in, some nice wooden handles, good distance from the reel handle to the reel, so it's got a good bit of cranking power. But just look at that guys, like the detail in there. Let's see if we can take a little bit more of a closer look. Look at the detail on that, the quality. A lovely matte black finish going down to a bit of a resined carbon look with a bit of a 3D. So that carbon is underneath that 3D logo. It's really hard to show here, and it's also hard to explain, but that 3D, that Hero X is like on top of the resin, so it really gives it that 3D look. Some really nice classy whipping, minimal, but just enough to make it look really, really quite attractive. The line lay on them is amazing, as you can see there. Some really good line lay. Let's take a closer look at that. The shine off it isn't helping, but you can see phenomenal line lay. It's just a really, really good looking setup. And for the money, you can't go wrong. They are a really good product. So I would definitely recommend these rods, just for the Gucci factor really. They look really, really nice, especially when they're on the rod rests. They really do look the bomb, and you will get questions about it, like what are those rods? You know, they look very nice. And yeah, they're going to do the job for you. They're going to pull in any size carp that you want to catch. whatever size carp are in your lake, they'll manage. Whatever size your lake is, they'll tackle it for you. Like I said, if you want a bit of a bigger pitch, you can get the 10,000s instead of what I've got here that you're looking at, the 8,000s. But for me, the 8,000s are more than enough to do the job. Sonik, with bringing out this Hero X, have really done a good job. They've really done us right. They've brought out another good product at a super cheap price. So let's just jump into, now we've had a good look at that. Oh, I'll just talk to you about the eyes. Sorry, I forgot. So you've got a 16mm, let me just fold this up. You've got a 16mm anti-frap tip ring, which is quite important. All the other eyes are the minima guides. They are really quite sort of streamlined and slender. I do have the caps on the 50mm, but they're also minima guides. It's just the tip ring that isn't. It's got the anti-frap, which is really good. That takes quite a lot of pressure. That last ring does on the line anyway. So yeah, you've got your 50mm butt ring, and it goes all the way down, sorry, to a 16mm tip ring, 17mm reel seat, Japanese shrink wrapped handle, and then on the bottom here, on the rod butt plate underneath. So when they're on the pod and you're looking at the rods from behind, you'll see the little green Sonik logo. So that looks pretty cool too. So let's just jump in at one more thing and talk about it. If you do buy this set, what's the best way to protect your rods in transit so you don't end up with a crushed rod like I did. So let's have a look at this rod bag real quick. Protection. We've got our rods, we need to look after them in transit. We don't want to be getting to a session like I did and having them break. So why do I recommend not just the Sonik one, but this particular Sonik rod bag? It is a little bit pricey, I'll be honest. There are much more expensive rod bags out there, but this is £100 or £104. But I can promise you, after being that guy that's turned up to a session and realised one of his rods has been literally flat packed and crushed, you can't take protecting your gems any more serious. So what's the point of spending money on your rods to then just scratch them, bend them, dink them, bend the eyes, crush because they are a hollow tube, so we need to look after them, right? So let's open this out and we'll have a little look at what we're greeted with. So inside there are two flaps, okay? Very much like most other rod bags, they've got your three little securing straps there, one there, and one down there, and you basically reverse them. So you have the rod that's in the first flap, you have the reel there, then you strap it in. The rod that's in the second flap, you have your reel up here, and then you strap it in, and then the rod that's in the third flap, you have the reel back down here again. And that allows you to pack them in, and that's why you've got a bit of a multi-wave there. So that accommodates for two reels and that accommodates for one reel. It keeps them safe. This padding is probably around sort of 15 to 20mm thick. And when you've got one of them either side of the rods, plus you've got padding, the same padding in each side panel, it is the way to go. It is definitely the way to go. It looks really cool with the Sonik camo. It matches the other Sonik stuff that you can buy. So if you're that type of guy, similar to me, where you like sticking to a particular brand, then this is the Sonik rod holder I would recommend to you. It carries everything you need. It does have the ability to carry your slings too. So I keep a landing net pole in there, my landing net. I keep another net and pole in there. On the other side then, I keep, because the rod bags unzip, things look a little bit loose, but I keep my bank sticks in there. I've got bank sticks there, brolly, I've got my throw-in stick, it all fits in there, it's all nice and secured, and the moral of the story is my rods are going to be safe in transit and safe when I'm borrowing to and from the lake. You're not going to, I've seen it so many times where people have had loose rods on the top and then they've gone borrowing, through a woodland path, and one of the eyes just caught the thing and they've carried on going and snapped the rod in two. These rods will snap super easy. If I just went like that now and bent it, it would snap. And it would snap really easy. I could snap that with just a thumb and forefinger. Super easy. But these rods are designed to take a bend over the full length of the rod, right? So just the smallest hook up on something will snap them. So look after your kit. Grab yourself a Bank Tech Sonik rod bag to keep your rods nice and safe. So thank you again guys for tuning in, watching this video. I know it might have been a little bit of a long-winded one, but like I said, if you want to see these perform, join the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon because that will notify you as soon as I post that video up. And then you get to be the first to see it, and you get to see the little cap on the back. So yeah, no spoiler. Yeah, so like the video as well if you don't mind. If you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the products that I've showed you, then yeah, please give us a like. My channel is very new, I'm learning so much. If there's anything as well you guys see to help me improve my videos, or if there's anything you guys would like me to do a video about, you know, I've got all sorts of different tackle. I can do videos about rigs, bait, you know, rods, reels, alarms, which I am bringing the Hero X alarms video, and in the video you will see when I post, you know, these rods in action, they will be on the Hero X alarms as well. When I bought these rods, I thought, why not get the full, you know, the full Hero X shebang. And the only thing I'm waiting for on is the rod pod. I don't use pods mainly, but I'll use the bank sticks for them. Yeah, so the alarms video will come out, but any other type of video you want, whether it's spodding or spread baiting or whatever, anything you guys want to see, then just drop it in the comments. I did actually have a really unusual but quite a nice request from a follower on another social media platform, and that was, would I be able to do a carp fishing video on the lake that he fishes? Yes, I can. And if anybody else wants me to come and do a video on the actual lake that they fish, and for me to try and suss it out and you know, share videos on spots and baiting tactics for that particular lake, then just drop what lake you fish in the comments and I will look it up. Providing I will join syndicates for it too, but providing they're not super expensive because I've already spent a lot of money on syndicates. So, but yeah, day tickets, club waters, whatever, or I can even guest on a lake and do a video that way, whatever you guys want really. So yeah, any other videos, drop them in the comments or reach out to me on social media platforms, and yeah, I'll do those videos for you. Thank you again for watching guys, and until next time, bye bye.